All right, guys. So our Canvas page, I put a lot of time and effort into your Canvas page so that it's convenient and easy for you. The Canvas app on your phone is actually fairly friendly. It's actually not a bad app to have on your phone and to have downloaded. But when you open our Canvas page, you should be able to see any announcements that I've made at the top. So the first thing you should see is announcements. And then on your right-hand side, you should be able to see anything that I've put as deemed as important for you to acknowledge, right? When you open and acknowledge it, it goes off your to-do list. So for example, I have your week 1.1 agenda. So at the beginning of the week, I wanted you to look at your agenda. What are we doing for the week? What's happening in here, right? I'm going to right click and open that because I want to come back to this page. But when you go here, notice how it has our week laid out. And I try to do this by Monday or Tuesday, have it completely laid out. But our week is laid out for you. It tells you what we're working on. Everything is linked for the most part. And you can get an overall view of what's taking place in this class, right? You also can see if we have a quiz or a test, or if we'll have a school something, it'll be listed on here as well. At the bottom is where you can see our class videos or examples of anything. So here are our notes that we did. As it gets bigger, right now it's only one video, but as it gets bigger, you'll click the three dots and you should be able to see everything that's happening, right? You're like, oh, cool, I missed this. The reason why I do it this way is so that you don't have to go into every single notes page to see the videos, right? They're all accessible in one location. At the bottom of every agenda is going to be our running log of what should be in your notebook, okay? What should be on what page in your notebook for you to access, all right? The other thing I want you to pay attention to is your modules page. Your modules page is going to be your also overall of everything. Currently right now, your modules page, it starts off with your important and helpful info. Then it also gives you some Canvas tips on how to use Canvas and how parents can use Canvas. And then we're at our first 6 weeks. Within your first 6 weeks, each week, your new agenda page will also populate. But what's really important is that every assignment that is for a grade is listed underneath your modules page. Okay. And if it requires you to submit something, it'll have like a little thing right here. Oh, you need to submit this. You need to get this done. If it has a red dot, that means it's something I haven't submitted and it's overdue. Like, oh, dang it. I haven't did my discussions. Poopers, okay? I need to go back and do those, okay? The other thing here you will have access to is a quick access to our pages of notes. So what have we been doing for notes? What are our notes? What do they look like? Or what we've been doing, okay? Pretty useful tool. If our do nows are generally discussion posts, so you can also access all do nows at one time. So our do nows that we've had so far were over our class rules and procedures and our class syllabus, and you can see that they're here. Okay, these two are pinned because they're important for you to do, and you just go through and do it. All right. I also have the option where you can create a discussion of your own. Let's say you want to start a meetup. Hey, did anyone do homework problems? Blah, blah, blah. You can create a discussion of whatever you want, and your class can see it, and y'all can work and talk and collaborate with each other. Okay, that's why that's an open discussion that you guys can create. And yeah, so then when we go back to our homepage, notice how when I go back to my homepage, my agenda, I've already looked at it. I can close it out. We're already done. I don't need to look at that. I did my Kahoot review and close it out. I don't need to change my schedule. This is like your ongoing checklist to help you navigate, okay? On your homepage, you will see our entire agenda for the 6 weeks. Like right now, and I only open it 1 week at a time. Also, you will see our information about tutorials and always an updated version of what notes and stuff we have taken. Okay. Next on here, you have your grades. Your average on here is not your actual average. Does that make sense? Your average on Canvas is not your real average. Your average goes onto your teams, your front line. Okay. Your student account, your parent portal, wherever you want to call it. This just gives you an idea of what you're doing and what you haven't did, okay? I strongly suggest that you keep it by modules because as we go through and we have more 6 weeks, you're going to want it to be sorted by those 6 weeks, okay? So right now we're in module 1 and it's going to have everything in order of what we're doing in that class, okay? And it tells you how much it's worth and the value, and it's going to have a running grade. Right now, this person has no grade. Why? Because it hasn't been put in. But that is how this works. You have access to your Google Drive. So if you do a little paper or write something, take a picture, you put it on your Google Drive, you can pull anything from your Google Drive as long as you have connected it to your Canvas page. Okay. The other thing I wanted to point out to you is how to submit some assignments. So if you look right here on our calculator scavenger hunt, so I click on my calculator scavenger hunt and it asks me to submit, right? It says submit something. Now, if I turn it into the box, what does it tell me to do? Type done in tray, right? So I would just click on the text box and I'm going to type done in tray. That lets you and I know that you submitted it. And it's going to look at the party on the screen. Good job. Okay. And so that assignment is done and it's waiting for me to be graded in the box, correct? Otherwise, when I send out notifications, you're going to keep getting the same message. Oh, missing your scavenger hunt, missing your scavenger hunt. And that's because you haven't said, I did it and I put it in the box. Okay. Now, let's say you're out of class and you're not here. This allows for you to also take a picture and submit it. So let's say you're missing, you're not here, you want to make sure you get it in before it's too late. You can take a picture of it and submit it via Canvas. And I will grade it from there. Got it? Make sense? All right. So that is our Canvas, how it's going to be ran for the most part. I do strongly encourage you to check your Canvas inbox. I will send reminders and updates of stuff. And yeah. Questions, comments, concerns about your Canvas? Cool. All right.